Gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome to the HSBN Media Day press conference. Coach, if you could just start by introducing yourself and then also the gentleman you have up there with you.
My name is Russ Melkin. I'm the head baseball coach at Forest Hill High School. To my right, I have Brian. To my left, I have Pablo, Steven, Sammy, and did I miss somebody? There we go.
I'm going to start in a little different direction. Coach, first of all, tell me what it is. Why do you love the game of baseball so much?
Well, it gives you an opportunity to stay young, to be around kids, to learn something every day, not just about the game of baseball, but something about life. And it's just a great way to, where baseball reflects life. So that's one of the best things you can be involved in.
It's not your first season out there you're coaching, but that passion and that love for the game brings you back every year without a doubt.
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about the team you've got this year, and share a little bit about the identity and the group that you're working with this season.
The group of young men that we have this year, it's funny you asked that, because yesterday one of the comments we made after an umpire's game was that we haven't had a bad practice so far. It's one of the few times where you could say every day we came out to practice, the kids came out, they worked hard, the coaching staff worked hard. I think that's the direction we're heading in. You'll see a team at the beginning of the season that you'll say, hey, they're not bad. And by the end of the season, you'll do, man, those guys really made improvements. We're going to trust each other the whole season. And if we do that, you'll see a real good ball club by the end of the season. Not that you won't see one at the beginning, but I think you'll see a much improved team by the end.
What are some of the things that are leading to the more productive, better practices like this?
A lot of defensive drills, agility, stamina, strength, stuff like that.
Is there any key element in that, within the team that has maybe motivated you? Said, we've got to focus more on practice. Why are you guys all practicing so well?
Well, we have a lot of chemistry. We're one big family, so we all, practice hard and go out to the field with one purpose, and it is to practice hard.
And I know that we've chatted over the years. Practice is really probably one of the aspects that you enjoy the most.
Yeah, and it is a great. It's the end of my day, and I tell people that, well, have a great day. I said, well, my day is just about to get better. I'm leaving being a dean to now getting the opportunity to go work with young men at a game that I love and with young men that love to be there. So you can't ask for a whole lot more than that.
Did you make any new wrinkles, change anything from the routine you've used over the years past?
We may have changed some of our hitting philosophies, tweaked them a little bit, but for the most part, we'd like to go out there and stay solid, consistent with what's gotten us there. And, those are the things that we kind of live and die on, just real basic fundamental baseball and working hard at what we're good at. Try not to do more than you can, but do what you can as well as you can.
Let's talk about it. I usually ask this with Coach, but maybe get a player point of view. I'm assuming you guys are starting the season as traditionally with your city tournament?
Yep, we sure are.
Does that something you guys ever think about, hosting that and playing the Forest Hill City Tournament and all the local teams that you get, and that it's kind of a tradition with the program?
Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to that. We've been playing very good. I feel we might not have as much talent as before, but we're definitely all playing for each other and playing together, so we're definitely looking forward to that.
And within that too, not everybody has that where you go right into a competitive tournament environment to start the season. Is that something that really kind of helps you guys as you go through the rest of the year?
Yeah, it definitely gets us ready for the season, gets us excited, and we're definitely ready for it.
Graduated, I think 8 guys from the team from last year.
8 guys last year, which
is almost a full starting lineup, more or less.
Pretty much. But we put 8 more guys back into those spots. And nothing against the guys from last year, but I think defensively we're a much stronger team. Offensively, in the last 34 years as a coach, offensively you'll see what you look like offensively when the lights get turned on, because everybody hits well in batting practice, but what can you do under the lights? But defensively, I think this is as strong a team as we've had in quite a few years.
which is one of the things that you always focus a lot on that within your
Absolutely.
coaching style.
Absolutely.
When you have that, what does that allow you to do differently in how you call the game and manage, things throughout the course of the action?
It does make a big difference because it gives you the ability to let pitchers go in there and throw, make pitch to contact, make sure that you don't have to strike everybody out. You don't have to go out there and get 3 outs in a row by yourself. Pitch to contact, throw strikes, gives you an opportunity to say, hey, I got, those guys in back of me. And if I can just throw strikes, I can win ball games, or actually we can win ball games.
Play in a pretty competitive district, and on top of that, I know traditionally, I haven't seen you guys schedule yet this year, but I know traditionally outside of that, you also play a tough schedule.
Yeah, we do.
Talk about that from a player point of view. That grind. There's really no, cupcakes. There's really no days off on that schedule you guys play.
Well, the more competitive, the better it is. We're leading up to the game. We're more mentally prepared and physically prepared too. So if we know we're gonna have a hard game, we practice even harder.
It seems to bring out the best in you,
Yeah.
I guess. Coach, just like you said, you brought 8 new guys in. Has there been any position battles within the dynamic this year?
Well, I'll be honest with you. We like to go with this theory. The only guy that's got a starting spot every single year is me. Everybody else competes for a starting spot. And I think that's how you get the best out of those guys. Do we have guys coming in that if you were a betting man, you'd say, yeah, that's the guy that's going to start? Yes, we do. But as far as, guys that were coming in early in the season, working hard, we knew Pablo was going to be at shortstop. We knew Brian was going to be at third. We knew Sammy was probably going to be our number 1. We were looking for Steven to be, our anchor in right field and be a guy that could come in and pitch for us. So we had a good idea because of the winter season what was going to work for us. But then we got some real big surprises from some sophomores, and we're very, very excited about what we're seeing.
And I know you're a coach that's not afraid to put younger guys in and give them their chances, even if you've got a lot of veteran players.
Exactly. We're going to play what makes the chemistry the best. What's best for Forest Hill High School, not what's best for Johnny Jones or whatever.
What's that like for you guys as players, knowing that everybody's going to get a chance? You always kind of got to earn your spot.
It only makes you work even harder, knowing that nothing's there for sure. That you always have to work harder and harder every practice. You can't slack every practice because the guy behind you's there. So you always just got to keep working hard, earning your spot.
Especially when you have some veteran guys that have been around a little bit, and then you bring some young, promising players in as well. It can be a real nice mix. A lot of teams. I see that a lot with the chemistry. Is that maybe the case this year?
Yeah, it keeps people hustling. We just really like the idea of playing as hard as you can every time, all the time. And those kids that are coming up know if they want to get in that starting spot, they're going to have to earn that starting spot. And the guy that's in that spot is going to have to, work hard to keep it. It's pretty simple concept. Nothing I made up. It's just something that I kind of live by.
For today at HSBN Media Days, tell me about your experience today. What were some of your highlights, and why do you guys like to participate?
Go ahead, Brian.
What do we like to participate in?
Yeah, what did you like today for your highlights?
Oh,
What were some of your highlights today?
the IOs and hitting for sure. Yeah.
Pablo?
I definitely like the IO because it shows us how we're gonna look forward to in the season, and it looked pretty good. So the IO, yeah.
The running and the hitting, I like that.
Being a PO, I don't get many at bats. I was definitely excited for the batting portion.
Nice. How did you do? Did you surprise yourself?
Yeah, I did a little bit.
Nice. Sometimes you don't know until you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Coach, I gotta assume the IO was, especially hearing them say it. I know that's another one of those things that you take a lot of pride in.
We do take a lot of pride in IO, and we're very fortunate as far as IO. I have a coach, my assistant coach, Johnny Perez. He takes a lot of pride in that, and I think as a good coach, which I try to be. I don't always am, but I try to be. I put my coaches in a position where they take ownership of that. And my assistant coach, Johnny Perez, has really taken ownership of that, and he's really that's really reflected on the kids, the way they go after IO. So that's one of the things that, you know, we have our coaching staff, they take ownership of things, the kids take ownership of things. And, you know, a guy once told me, you know, put your name on it, which means if you're going to do something, don't be afraid to have somebody say, hey, that was Pablo, because his name's there. So that's one of the things we're trying to push, really push hard.
Probably something good to finish with. I feel remiss if I didn't, you know, bring it up, because I know that you have such a great staff that you work with. I think they've been with you for quite a while. Let's take that moment and give them the recognition. Share with us a little bit about, you know, your coaching staff that you have there with you.
Well, my coaching staff I've worked with for the past, Coach Renee has been with me for about 14 years. Coach Johnny has been with me about 10 years. I've coached with Coach Alex over the past 3 or 4 years. Last year was his first year on the high school staff, but I worked with him for 3 to 4 years previous to that. So one of the things we look for in a coach is, one, you got to be a good person and be morally sound. That way when you're working with those kids, that you present a great moral value to them. And two, that you have a good idea of what's happening in the game, that you know the game, and that what you're talking to these kids about is good baseball sound knowledge. So that's how we hire our staff. And our JV staff, I know that wasn't a question, but the kids, I say kids, they're a lot younger than me.
So you usually hire some young guys.
We hire guys from within the program. Both of the young men that are coaching JV played ball for me. They were assistant coaches for me, and now they're running the JV program. So that's how we like to hire from within, people that, you know, are part of our community. We're not looking to go out to, you know, California and get the next latest and greatest. We want people that are local, that are good, that are kind of bought into the community.
I think that's everything that I got here. Guys, I appreciate very much you coming out and being a part of this today. And I wish you the best of luck this season ahead.
And we thank each and every person from HSBN. It's always a great experience. And I was telling Anthony that it's the best bang for your buck for us. We use it as a scouting report. We use it to sell kids to college. It's just something that, you know, it's been great. We've been with it from the beginning, and we couldn't say enough good things about it.
Well, we
Thank you
couldn't
very
do it
much.
without the support we've enjoyed from programs like yourself, and that we thank you right back.
Thanks.
Thank you
It's
guys.
a great season, guys.
Thank you.
Good job.